Hey guys, it's your girl Infinity here, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing my predictions for the International 2022. Let's keep in mind that these predictions can go from 0 to 100 very fast because, as we know, the International is unpredictable. So, we're just going to try our best shot based on whatever is trending now and whatever we think is the meta and go from there. So to start off immediately, in the hero section, these are the heroes that I've chosen. So for most picked, I chose Undying because he seems to be a very strong hero right now, and he can either be the most picked or most banned hero actually. And based on the current stats that I've taken across websites, it seems like he is a very high value pick, but he might not be strong enough to be banned. Marcy is also a very good option here. And for most ban, I chose Brood because even though Brood has around 600, 700 games, she seems to be having a very high win rate. So she might be a very strong hero in the right hands. And then for highest win rate, I've chosen Dawn because personally, I feel that Dawn has really, really good chance of being a game-changing hero. And in this meta, she is so strong, and if she scales just with two items, she's able to dominate games. So I have high hopes on Dawnbreaker. And highest skill average, of course, Ursa. Across games, Ursa is expected to snowball and have a lot of kills. It could be an Ember or even a Wraith King, depending on the games. But across the board, I think Ursa picks tend to be snowball games and tend to ride upon Ursa's success. And that's why I'm putting Ursa there. Now, for the hero with the highest assists, I've chosen Silencer because Silencer is again very strong this meta. He seems to have a lot of scalability. He's also versatile pick, and he seems very strong right now overall. And that's why with the way he's being played, I feel like there's a good chance for him to give the highest assist average. And then coming to hero with lowest death average, I think it's going to be Naga Siren because she might not be picked as much, but whenever she is picked, I expect her to have lowest death average. So the number of games will be less, and also the number of deaths might be less. Across at least minimum 5 games, she will definitely have a low death rate. Then going on to hero with highest last hit average, it should be Medusa because this is one hero who is definitely gonna farm until she gets her main items. And her split shot and her farming capability with the snake helps her get last hits no matter what the game. So I think she's gonna be a really strong choice for this. You can even be Terrorblade. I was going to put Anti-Mage, but seems like Anti-Mage is not being picked as much as we would expect. So I don't expect him to stay somewhere on the top compared to a Dusa or a Naga or maybe even a TA or TB. Highest XPM average. So this one, according to the stats, Tia is right now on top of the charts, and it makes sense because she is either snowballing through fights and having a lot of XPM, or she gets stacks and she farms huge amounts of creeps in a very short amount of time. So she is a very good pick here. And then hero with most kills in a game. Now this one could be an Ember or so on, but I feel that the Wraith King is still kind of broken whenever he gets a good start. The Armlet Deso one shot combo on supports is just too strong. So I feel there might be a really good Wraith King game where he just massacres all the players. So that's why I'm putting Wraith King here. And again, coming to hero with the most last hits in a game, it could be a Dusa because that is her main role. And she farms way faster, hits more creeps at a time, and hits with her split shot and with the snake. So that's it for my hero predictions. Then going on to teams, this is my selections. I'm going with LGD for the team to win because I really want them to win. And I think they have a really strong chance this year. But we don't know how it's going to turn out after all. It is the international. But yeah, let's put LGD here for me. And then a team with the most skills, I feel it can be Spirit. They're very aggressive, they're very strong, and if they're having a momentum, they tend to really go full on and make sure that the enemy team does not have any breathing space. And that's why I think it might be Spirit. Team with the highest skill average, I think that's OG, their aggressive playstyle. They get through games by literally dominating teams and then going through the objectives. Teams like LGD, if they stomp a game, they just go objective and end. They're not very high aggression type of teams that like build up their kill count. That's what I think. So I think OG would be the way to go. Then team with the fewest deaths, as I said, I don't expect LGD to have a very aggressive play, and I think that since they can stomp a few games throughout the tournament, they would mostly go through the upper brackets. So they might have fast games, stomping games, or having a really good game with very high levels of assist, especially since they have Zinq and fewest deaths because they tend to not make mistakes until they choke in the finals. Team that wins the longest game secret. They are a very tenacious team. They're very strong and they know how to play through various phases of the game. So I feel they can pull through and really turn around a game if it's going super long. I feel they're the ones that most probably will have a chance of making such a game. The team with the shortest game, again, LGD. Most of these are based on my same logic that LGD would be sailing through quite a few of the matches. So, not much to explain there. Highest game length average, Liquid, they don't give up. They might pull through games, they might turn around the tide halfway through. Matumba Man needs to farm halfway through and then he comes online and it could turn either way. So, I feel like Liquid is the one to drag out their games. Team Spirit that picks the most different heroes because they have Yatoro, and I expect them to keep changing their lineup throughout this. So that's why I chose Spirit. And then the team that picks the fewest different heroes. So this is basically going to be a team that gets eliminated early. So that's why I'm choosing Bed Boom. I don't expect them to go too far into the tournament. That's why, and I feel they might have fixed drafts compared to every other team in the tournament. So that's why I'm putting them here. I think they'll be the fewest. Next, we go to players, and here it's you never know, right? We expect certain players to play a certain way, but then certain new players come up and they shock us, so we never know. I'm going with classics with BZM for his aggressive play, so he might have the highest skill average. It could even be Yatoro, we don't know. That's an alternative choice. Then play with the most kills in a game. Yatoro, it can be any player that can be highly aggressive or be stomping through their games. So I expect it to be a Yatoro Wraith King. Not sure, but let's see. Then again, coming back to my LGD logic, how they play. So that's why it's going with Ame and Zinq in all of these. Player with the most last hits in a game. I decided to give this slot to RTZ because all in all, he is a really good player and his farming mechanics are way too good. So that's why I think he might have a game at least where he gets to free farm or have a really good farm game. And if he does, he's going to skyrocket. So that one's for RTZ. Then the other ones, I wasn't sure what to pick. There were too many choices, so I just went with my safest pick. That's Ame, where he might have at least 5 games where he can have really good GPM. And again, Yatoro for most different heroes because he has a very large hero pool. Then going on to the tournament, okay, these are the most unpredictable part of the predictions because you never know how it's going to turn out. So this is up to you guys how you think it might turn out. These are just numbers I chose based on how it was last year and how the tournaments have been going on so far. I don't expect too many best of threes, but there are a few very strong contenders. So that's why I put 50 to 54. It could be the way, it's very close. Like, even it could be any of these. We don't even know whether it's going to be a whitewash again in the finals or whether it's going to be a 5 game series. So it's up to you. I think it's going to be 50 to 54. Total number of heroes picked, I think I'm going to stick with 91 to 100. I don't think teams have too many choices in this meta because there are some very solid heroes and ways to play around them. So that's why I'm going with 91 to 100. Then we have total number of heroes banned, just a random number based on previous stats. Most combined total kills. I expect it to be like some 40 to 30 or 40 something for even the longest game. And that's why I'm choosing 71 to 80. Longest game, obviously, it should be 60 to 69 because definitely a game is going to go beyond 60. But once those neutral items kick in, I think teams are going to become so much stronger. They're going to change their plays. They're going to make so many strong plays in that time that no game can actually go up to 70, I think. Then the shortest game of the tournament, it's going to be 20 to 25. I don't think there's going to be a game less than 20. So that's what I'm going with. Most kills by a hero in a game, 23 to 25 seems fair. Then most deaths. I mean, I don't expect someone to have more than 26 in the professional this thing. Doesn't seem likely. I might be wrong, but who knows? Most deaths by a hero. Again, 18 to 20 seems a bit of a stretch. I think it could be even 15 to 17, but I'm going to go with this. I don't expect more than 21 kills. I then most assists by a hero in a game. It could be a Zeus game, could be a Silencer game. I'm not sure, but I do expect a very long game. Could possibly give us more than 36. It could be a very high number, but I'm gonna give it a chance. And highest GPM, last time I made a mistake of not choosing 1000 plus. So this time I'm just gonna choose it. We never know. Somebody pick an alchemist and please just farm it so that we can get these points. And with that, that's it for my predictions in this bracket. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but it's going to be really fun, and I can't wait to see how the teams end up playing and who's going to come out on top. And I'm also going to be making videos for the fantasy predictions, wherein we choose our player cards and we get battle points. So if you're interested in knowing my predictions for these, make sure to click that subscribe button and stay tuned for my next videos. Thanks, guys. Bye.